To walk you through how to swap out a project from a deployed project to something new. So for example, you practice deployment, you have it up and running, you can leave that instance up. And so for the BELT exam or any new project that you want to just, instead of going through all that server setup, we can just swap the projects out. So very simple. We're in our Ubuntu server, and I'm deep in my RESTful Tasks API here. So I'm going to go to the folder that is in, right? The www folder where my project name is. So if we ls, we can see we have that HTML and the RESTful Task API. So right here, this is where I want to git clone another project in, right? So very simple. So we're going to go and find a new project. Let's see, let's go with the team manager, right? Oh, and looks like we're good to go. We'll clone this project into that same directory. Sudo git clone team manager. Okay, great, and then we'll check and see if it's in there. ls. Great. So we've got two projects in there, my RESTful Task API and my team manager project. So we're going to go back to the AWS deployment, and we're going to scroll up, and we're going to go to part 5, right? The project dependencies and PM2. Really, we're going to focus here on this PM2. Now, what we have here, we know that we have a Mongodb server running, and we have our server.js of my RESTful Task API, because it is up here. I'll refresh. It's still there. Great. So now, we want to keep the Mongodb server, but we are going to shut down the one for RESTful Task API and set up the team manager one. Now, so we're going to come back to the instructions here, right? We're going to go PM2 stop 0. Right? And we'll see that 0 was my server, and it is now stopped. And just for safety's sake, I like to stop the Mongodb 2. So PM2 stop 1. Great. Now they're both stopped. Now essentially what we're going to do is we're going to go into our, well, if you remember, we went into our project, started server.js with PM2. So that's what we're going to do, but we're going to do it on our new project. Now don't forget that I have just pulled a new project in, and I'm going to need to run npm install and ng build because we don't have those here. So cd into team manager, and in the fashion of being a programmer and not memorizing anything, I'm just going to slide over to my team manager because I do have a different folder structure. So right in applications I have a node module, and in the public folder. So ls cd app, great, sudo npm install, and cd public, and sudo npm install, and then right, we also have a dist folder in the public, right? The public is what I named my Angular folder. Okay, great. And then we'll run sudo ng build. Great. So now our project is set up. Let's go back to the directions. Right, we're going to start the server.js, right? So I'm going to go up one level, PM2 start server.js. Cool, and now look at this. We have server 2 online. Okay, PM2 stop 2. Okay, now we've stopped it. It works. Look, everything's good. So we're going to start the mongod. PM2 start. Or should we do, let's do restart. PM2 restart 1. Cool. Online. PM2 restart 2. Great. And then we have one more to run. Our Nginx reload. Now, oftentimes you'll get your server online and then mongod says errored. Oftentimes it says that, and it's still worth checking out, right? So I'm back on my IP. We'll press it again and see if we got something different here. Seems to be loading. Oh, great. Look, and now I have my Team Manager app, right? And we can add a player. Excellent. And it looks like even though my mongod server said errored, it looks like it worked. We put something in the database. So there it is. Very simple to swap out a project. Now you can even do the very same thing. You can stop your server 2 and start what is called my server 0, and I can go right back to my old project and just swap them out. So that is how you swap it out, which should be just a real fast fix during your belt exam. Okay.